afternoon, everybody. How's everybody doing on this crazy quarantined, what is it, Tuesday? I'm losing track of the days now. I thought I'd go over the new moon forecast. The moon has shifted. We are in Aries. And I can't speak for anybody but myself and my own family, but if you've noticed, the last few days we've been kind of lethargic, kind of dealing with the quarantine in our own different way, but we're okay with it. But now that the moon has moved into Aries, it's about action. Everyone in this household, I can only speak for my household, is very active. They're busy, they're bored, they're restless. So I'm noticing that energy shift, and that's the beauty of the Aries moon. It gets us active. So, and I know what's a lot of us being on quarantine, many of us, not all states, but I know California is, it can get a little stir crazy. So get outside and breathe some fresh air and enjoy. There's no rain right now in California. Well, at least not in my neck of the woods, but get out there. The birds are chirping. It is a beautiful, beautiful afternoon here. I hope it's beautiful wherever you are in the world. But did want to go over the Aries new moon forecast for the next 2 weeks. That doesn't mean I won't be back on here in the next few days. I'm going to be launching a new product, so I want to share that with you towards the end of the broadcast. But let's get started here. We had this Aries new moon hit at 5:28 Eastern Daylight Time in the AM, so it happened this morning. New moons are usually positive in nature, and they can be on a very personal level. They're very good. On the global aspect, they're not so great. Even when it's new, because this is very volatile energy. Aries is aggressive. It's charge ahead. It's action oriented. Mars is about war. It's about violence. It's about oppression. Things are going to get a little worse before they get a little better. But with this energy, it always gives us as human beings the courage and the strength, because wherever you have Aries and Mars in your chart, this will be where you have courage and strength. Now we will see fires, aggression, violence, wars, explosive news, and mass destruction of all sorts take place on the planet in the next 2 weeks to come. New moon or not, this energy is aggressive. And humans are aggressive. Humans are frightened right now and scared. And the psyche of many people, many of humanity, the psyche is fragile. And we are living in very, very interesting times. But we must stay vigilant. We must stay mentally healthy, physically healthy. And the main thing, do not feed into fear. Not easy to do, I get it. But we must try. There is a positive. Our great hope has shifted. Back on March 21st, Saturn, the ruler of structure and discipline, he moved into Aquarius. This is about technology, New Age matters, such as astrology. And this opens the door right now to major expansion and progress in the world of technology and communication and via internet, and how we do business and how we conduct business right now. And with a dragon head on May 5th moving into Gemini, this is about communication, transportation, and media. On the positive scale, progress can be made and changes are ahead. Progressive changes are very much ahead. It's going to get a little worse, though, before it gets a little better. Now, the positive side, the personal and positive side of this Aries new moon is to focus on what can be achieved within our dwelling, within our confines, as I call it. Put plans into action and start new projects. Even all of us that are in quarantine, we can still reach out with the beauty of the internet, social media, modern technology, Etsy, eBay, create your own blog, create your own email, or not email, create your own website. The possibilities are endless. Create your own YouTube channel. If you have something to give and offer the world, do it. This is the perfect time to take action for your personal goals. All right, where was I? Like I said, much progress can be achieved in the next 2 weeks. So I want everyone to, yeah, times are bad. Don't listen to the news all day. Focus on you. Focus on what your achievements need to be and what you can do to get ahead a little bit in this crazy, crazy world. Launch something that brings you success. Now, this is also one of the most excellent times to purchase firearms, ammunition, knives, swords, claymores, smoke alarms. Anything war related and connected to fire will be blessed under these stars. This is always when as a gun owner, this is when I will buy my guns and my ammunition, because even the weaponry that you buy is governed under the stars. So if you buy them in good stars, they will always protect and bless you. Buy them in bad stars, and that weapon may turn on you and kill you. Though weaponry is always under the jurisdiction of the stars. So for those of you out there that are gun owners, load up. This is the perfect time to purchase your firearms and your ammo. Okay. And if you're like myself, I'm a collector of claymores and swords and knives. This is the perfect time to buy those as well. Now, people born with the moon in Aries, these people are going to be very competitive, very aggressive, and can be very impatient at times. You know, this is the emotional side of people, and a moon in Aries, it doesn't have a whole lot of emotion. This is a masculine fire sign, and it does create issues with the feminine energy more than it ebbs and flows. So it always creates issues with the mother figure in some ways. The key to this placement is going to be discipline, diplomacy, and patience. Now, for my magical folk out there, Aries new moons are always about taking charge, new endeavors, and progress. Spells relating to matters in leadership, authority, willpower, and rebirths are all blessed under this energy. Also, any kind of ritual work you want to do for ailments of the body, obviously would rule the head, the face, and the brain, are all favored under these stars. And I talked about a minute ago purchasing firearms for all my magical folk. If you're in need of a new anthem, this is ruled by fire. This is the best time to purchase that for your magical pantry and supply. So get out there and go anthem shopping. So everyone out there, just have a blessed new moon and make the best of it. Okay, I'm going to go through your forecast by house and sign. Okay, here we go. I had to bring it. Sorry. Okay, so for the next 2 weeks, by house and sign. For Aries, well, Aries, this new moon is right on you. This is about very progressive changes for you for the next year. New starts, new beginnings, fresh ideas are going to inspire you. Proceed. This is a big window and a big green light to proceed forward with whatever endeavor you choose. 2 weeks of being very lucky. Now, Taurus, this energy is going to be going through your subconscious, and it'll be very active. Dreams are going to be very active as well, and you're going to need to listen to these dreams. Remain positive, because this energy sometimes has a tendency to make us a little depressed. Let go of the past, listen to your dreams, and even if there's going to be secrets that pop up along the way, it's best to keep them to yourself for now. Just pack them away in back there for a while and see what unfolds. Gemini, new social Networks will spark your interest as a way of mingling and meeting new people these days. It's going to be very hard for people with a lot of mercurial energy, myself included here. Even though I'm Capricorn, I have a lot of Gemini and Virgo energy, and those two signs rule Mercury, are ruled by Mercury. Gemini is going to have a hard time here, so they're going to really get into things dealing with the internet, meeting and mingling with new people on new social media platforms. And maybe one of Gemini's dear friends might bring one of their wishes to fruition. So wishes do come true for Gemini these next 2 weeks. Stay social, which I always know Geminis can do. So enjoy, Gemini. Cancer. Now, positive news with career and accomplishments is coming. Progressive change is ahead in this area. Use the next 2 weeks to forge forward. I know a lot of people, not just Cancer, are their careers, their employment has all come to a standstill. A lot of people are working from home. Cancer, you may need to get out there and go on certain, I'm telling every sign, this pertains to every sign right now. You're all going to have to get in there and get on these networks, the internet, and get on these platforms if you want to succeed if you want to make lemonade out of lemons, you're going to have to succeed this way and use the internet to your advantage. So Cancer, get out there, put your resumes out there, look for online work if you need to, but something very positive in that realm is coming your way. So be positive, Cancer. Leos, well, Leos are going to need to keep it positive, not feed into fear. Okay, now I wrote this up. Most of this forecast was written about 3 weeks ago. I changed quite a few things in the forecast, but I've noticed in the last couple of days, a lot of people I follow on YouTube have posted about this, and I was like, what's all the fuss about? So I had to go and look for myself, and I went on YouTube to see Madonna, who's a Leo, in the bathtub. Now, I've grown up with Madonna. I love Madonna. I don't know what the hell is going on with this woman. I do know that astrologically speaking, she has this nasty Capricorn energy hitting her 6th house of health, service to the world. So that would explain all of her health problems. Capricorn rules the bones and the knees. She's having knee problems. So makes perfect sense. But Leos will need to keep positive, because if there's one sign in the zodiac that has a deep fear of death, it's Leo. Foreign affairs might make Leo more depressed at this time. So Leo, turn on. This is the perfect time now, Leo, to take up a new internet study or class online. If it's one sign that really needs to get their mind off of things, it's going to be Leo. And I can honestly say this from having a child who's Leo. I've sat both my kids down and had a discussion about the energies at hand. And the one thing I keep reiterating, not just to all of you out there on YouTube, my own children, is do not feed into fear. I'm going to keep repeating this, and you're going to get sick of me repeating this. But if I can help 1, 2, or 3 people in the process of not feeding into fear, you will get through this. The people that feed into fear, unfortunately, they're going to perish. Madonna, it doesn't look good for her. And when I looked at her, what the hell has she done to her face? Okay, I'm going on a tangent, and we'll talk about Madonna later. Let's go on to Virgo. I don't know what's going on with Madonna, but she's kind of lost it. And a lot of people out there on YouTube world have posted about her too. And Virgo, let's go to something more positive. Virgo, this is going to be about joint money and partnerships and finances. And maybe your partner is going to help you make more money, and you might make money together. That's going to be on the agenda for the next 2 weeks. Investments made now, Virgo, will benefit later. So So will signing any type of contract. So Virgos, if you're into investing, I know a lot of people are doing investing in stock market because the prices are so low. That's your choice. I would never invest another red cent in the stock market, Virgo. Jump on over to crypto, gold, silver, real estate. Those are your better investment tools right now with the future and the weight of the world. Don't get me wrong. As a crypto investor myself, I did lose a little bit of money when the stocks dropped. Usually when the stocks drop, crypto goes up. But because this is a global pandemic, it's affecting the Asian markets as well. Crypto's picking up steam again and doing better, much better than the stocks. So Virgo, make sound investments. 2 weeks, green light. Good luck. Libra. Now, Libra, new business deals, contracts, and partnerships are ahead. Okay. The next 2 weeks, you may decide to go into business with a new business partner, sign contracts that have to do with new businesses. You might decide that it's time to get a little more serious in your relationships, and a new domestic partnership is on the horizon. That's for all of my single Libras. Now, if you're married Libra, if you're a married Libra, your partnerships will grow and flourish. So this will be a time where married Libras will reconnect with each other. I mean, a lot of people are in quarantine right now. So you either if you truly love your partner, you'll make the best of it. But married Libras, it's a time to flourish in your relationships. Scorpio. Now, Scorpio, these are stressful times, especially for Scorpio. It is important to think positive so your health stays in check. New job opportunities are on the way. So for most Scorpios, this also pertains to Joe Biden, because his health there's something going on. There's great many things going on with a great many politicians right now in their health, but Joe Biden does not look good. I don't like what I see coming for him. I'll talk a little more about the election of 2020 at a later date. I don't even know if I see an election. There's just some things I'm seeing that are just really interesting, and I don't know how to put them into words quite yet. Sagittarius. Now, Sagittarius, Cupid's bow may strike as love will be in the air for Sag. You might find a new romance that's going to bring you a lot of joy. And you're going to really enjoy spending time with the children as well. This is where Sag can get his creative ideas, his or hers creative ideas flowing. So next 2 weeks, it's all about love, children, and creativity. Capricorn. Change on the home front, restructure or moving, buying, selling, or redecorating a home could be on the agenda. Now, always remember, with Aries, fire in your 4th house of home, you want to make sure and check your smoke alarms, because even though it's a new moon, you need to watch for fire. So something to think about. Aquarius. Now, happy news is ahead via email, internet, snail mail. Communication will be great, and you will probably be chatting it up quite a bit with brothers, sisters, siblings, family members. Your phone bill might get a little bit expensive, so just remember that. Pisces. Now, Pisces, positive change in finance and how you make your own money in this world are ahead. Your esteem of yourself is going to improve also. So the next 2 weeks are green lights, Pisces. And the next 2 weeks are green lights for a great many star signs, even myself included, as I'm Capricorn. And yes, I am in the middle of moving. And yes, there is change on the home front, and everything has stopped. So I just kind of got to roll with the punches here. Like I said, when life gives you lemons, you make lemonade. I'm just sticking to that statement. So the next few weeks are positive waxing days. However, with the state of the world, the worst is yet to come. I'm not going to sugarcoat it, especially for the USA. There's a big window here between the 26th and the 31st. I want my listeners to pay extra attention to, because this is going to be the most trying and most critical period for us as a nation coming. We're really going to see some numbers rise here in the United States with this virus. I understand how hard it can be to remain positive, but you must continually tell yourself, I will not get this, and I will not feed into fear. Follow the laws, not just the universal laws, but the laws that are set in place. You have to follow laws from as above, so below. The laws are laws. Stay quarantined. If your governor is telling you to stay quarantined and you're not, you're a freaking idiot. Okay, I watched this the other day on the news. The LA beaches are packed. People, it really shows me how selfish this world really is. But follow the laws. If you're quarantined, you stay quarantined. You go out for only necessities to get groceries, doctor's appointments, and that is it. Stay healthy and eat immunity-rich foods. I've talked about this before, and you know what those foods are. If you don't, you can go to Google and look them up. Immunity-rich foods. Keep busy. Stay active by getting out in the fresh air. Even if it's only in our backyards, you guys, it's still fresh air. Take a walk down the street or down the block. Fresh air is fresh air. That's how I see it. Mother Nature, now this is the one positive out of all of this whole shit show that's going on. This is the one positive. Mother Nature is replenishing herself with a much needed break from us humans. Sky is a little bluer with less chemtrails. The air is a little cleaner without all the pollution of cars and chemicals. Even in Venice, Italy, the dolphins are swimming back into the canals because there's no population. Mother Earth is replenishing herself. Spring is in the air, and nature is fertile and abundant. Bask in her beauty. Enjoy the birds, the fresh blooms of flowers, and the clean, fresh smell of springtime. I can't urge you enough to do this. Get outside and enjoy. Make the best out of a bad situation, okay? Hang in there. We're all in together, and we'll get through it together. One last time, I'll say it again. Don't feed fear, okay? Be safe, stay strong, and may Great Spirit bless us all. That is my forecast for the next 2 weeks for the new moon in Aries. Since I do have some time on my hands, I actually was getting ready to launch this when I moved. I have a whole lot of products I wanted to launch, and they've all been put on the back burner, one of which I've decided to do now. In the next day or two, I'll be making up. I only have 6 of these to do, but I'm giving you the opportunity of something I've pulled right out of my own book of shadows. And this is a prayer and a chant to Saint Michael. And I haven't set a price yet. It will be very, very reasonable. I'm debating on whether I'm going to put it on Etsy or on my own website. I seem to get more traffic through Etsy than I do my own website, but my own website is much better priced. So astrologywitch.com. In the next few days, keep an eye out. I do have some new stuff I'm going to put. I'll show you a little bit of what it is. So I have in my book of shadows, I have a chant to Saint Michael. Now, the chant to Saint Michael I do use in accordance with Santa Muerte. That is the only other deity I can use with Santa Muerte. She does not approve of anything, but she will tolerate Saint Michael, the archangel, the highest archangel. So Saint Muerte isn't for everybody. She is the patron saint of immigrants, as I call it. So if you do not like Mexicans or immigrants, she is not your deity, honey. She's very much a Latin deity, and she is dismissed by the church. So anyway, that's Santa Muerte. We're not talking about Santa Muerte. We're talking about Saint Michael. And if you're not familiar with Saint Michael, he, in my deck of cards, let me see if I can find him for you. He is in here. And when you draw this card, which many of my clients have drawn him, he is the hierarchy angel. When you draw this card, you are under his protection and you are protected. Oh boy, when you really want to find something, you can't find him. Bear with me. There he is. There he is. I'll show you the card. So that is Archangel Michael. Okay, he's the hierarchy angel, highest hierarchy. And I have used his chants for prayer work, spell work, whatever you want to call it. If you feel more comfortable with calling it a prayer, then so be it. Spells are prayers. So anyway, that is St. Michael. So I have created a little kit that I'm going to be selling for everybody at a very reasonable price, because at this time we need positive reinforcement. We need enlightenment. Okay, we need to stop the feeding into the fear. So you will be getting a package. I will be doing a lot here of St. Michael oil with 3 prayer candles and a thing of sage. A thing of sage. I haven't decided if I'm going to throw in any a stone yet. I might. I'm going to check my stock. And you'll also get a little card with my prayer chant to St. Michael. And this is a good time to raise up higher vibrations and call upon the angels. We need positive reinforcement, not negativity. So you will get, like I said, each candle is worth 1 prayer. These one candle burns about 2.5 hours. However, I have noticed with candle work, sometimes it burns much faster. And if that happens, that means the messages have been brought up to heaven. They're taken up there. If you do a prayer candle and it burns very quickly, St. Michael is with you. He's heard your prayers. You must call upon him, though, if you want his protection. They don't appear. You have to call them. So I'm going to be creating the prayer to St. Michael spell kit for everybody. And this is any sign. I'm not sign. I don't care whether you're Christian, pagan, into Judaism, Hinduism. This is something that can be done, but does kind of, I know a lot of my Catholics love when I work with angels, so I guess they feel more comfortable with the angel work. So yes, this will be something that's very lighthearted, and something that when we're feeling stressed and in times of need, we can burn a candle and call upon St. Michael, and you'll get my own personal prayer that I've created myself, coming out of my own book of shadows for you. So that's something to look forward to. I'm looking through some of my stuff now and seeing other magical tools and supplies I can sell, that I was not going to sell until I moved. But isn't it funny how life changes? So keep an eye on that in the next 24 to 48 hours, and that'll be up for sale for some of you that are interested in making a purchase. The only readings I'm going to be offering for the next month are 3-card angel readings. I have the hiccups. 3-card angel readings. I'm not doing too many tarots. I did a tarot reading the other day, and I really sugar-coated it a little bit. And I mean, there was a few things in there. You know, getting that death card in the 2nd house, that is America's death of the financial system. The 5th card I drew, the towers. Well, this represents children, and so children are who are going to suffer through this crisis. This is a full restructure, though, of the educational system. Even my own daughter is, every morning she's up, she gets online at 8 o'clock, and she starts school. This is the new reality for all of us. And she was doing PE on YouTube earlier. So this is the future. This is how things are going to roll. The educational system, and I'll get into that because that's a whole new dragon energy shift is coming May 5th. So this is a full restructure of the educational system. So very interesting times are ahead. It is good to be alive. Remember that, okay? It is good to be alive. We're going to get through this, and we will prevail, okay? Hang in there, and I shall return. I'm going to come back on here later this evening because I'm going to do some spell work, and I'm going to do a spell that everyone out there can do as well, because I know health has been on everybody's mind. And yes, this is the new moon in Aries. This is about the brain. So this is also about our health, our mental health, okay? So I'm going to show you guys, this will be later tonight, like 8, 9 o'clock at night. I'll go live on here if I can and do this. I'm going to show you how to do a binding spell. Remember, not all binding spells are negative. Binding spell on how you can bind yourself to good health and good mental health. Anybody can do this. All you need is a Ziploc bag, piece of paper with your intentions on it, and some water and a white candle. So if you have all those products, get them set up, and I'll walk you through that later this evening. Until then, have a great evening, and I'll see you guys later. Stay safe, be healthy. Ciao.